to you, sunshine.
I'm Ma.
And I'm Pa.
Welcome to our channel.
So what delectable morsels of stories do you have for us today?
Well, today it appears that there are some folks who'd like a little help with their relationship issues.
Something we don't have.
Ah. I'm a 32-year-old male, and my 29-year-old fiance wants to inherit the money my parents gave me for my house. When I bought my home, prior to being engaged, my parents gave me a substantial amount of money to help with my down payment. My fiance and I discussed that we could get a prenup only for my parents' money, so that she would not be entitled to any part of that in the unfortunate event of a divorce. We were both in agreement on this, but then she watched a stupid David Ramsey video that changed her mind.
Wait, who's Dave Ramsey?
I have no idea.
I mean, it sounds like Gordon Ramsay's brother. If any of you know who Dave Ramsey is, please let us know in the comments.
Yeah. She's not really worried about the divorce, but more so if I were to pass away. She doesn't want to have to give my parents their money back. I explained that she can't afford the house on her own anyway, so she would have to sell it regardless. She seems to think that my retirement savings would cover the mortgage after that, but they really wouldn't, at least not for long. How can I explain to my fiancé that she is not entitled to my parents' money?
Hold on, guys. I think you could be mistaking a prenup for a will. As far as I know now, keep in mind, take my advice with a grain of salt. You'd probably want to consult a lawyer. I'm not one. But I think a prenup becomes null and void if one of the partners passes. And a will undoes all that anyway, because you can decide, even if there's an amount that's covered by a prenup, that is supposed to go to a certain person. In this case, your fiance or wife you're married, I believe. Uh, Best bet, consult a lawyer.
Yeah, yeah, and usually you can get the first half hour free, so that'd be an excellent question to ask.
We're not going to guarantee that because we don't represent any lawyers or anything like
No,
that.
no. I'm a 26-year-old male, and my 26-year-old girlfriend won $30,000 and spent it all. How do we move forward?
Well, obviously you move forward without $30,000.
Hey everyone, looking for some advice on a situation with my girlfriend. We've been together for about 4 years, and she recently won $30,000 at a casino. Well, no wonder. Win some, lose some. Originally, we talked about using the money for big future plans, like a house down payment or a dream trip to Japan.
Now you're talking. What a coincidence. Your dream trip is our dream trip. That would be awesome.
Yeah, but I don't know if 30,000 would be enough even to buy the tickets.
I don't know.
But instead, she has spent it all on high-end personal items for herself. Designer clothes, jewelry, a luxury car upgrade, and more. Wow, and here you think I spend a lot just by going to the thrift stores. 2 years ago, the roles were reversed. She was jobless and dealing with health issues, and I covered all our living costs. I never expected anything in return and did it because I believed in supporting each other. However, seeing this large sum spent entirely on personal luxuries without considering our shared future has left me feeling disappointed and somewhat taken for granted. I'm struggling with how to address this with her without it blowing up into a major conflict. I want to communicate how this makes me feel and discuss how we view and handle finances as a couple moving forward. It's important to me that we both feel secure and aligned about our future. How should I bring this up? What's the best way to have a constructive conversation about expectations and financial responsibility in a relationship? Thanks for any guidance you can provide.
Well, you know what? That was a bit selfish of her. I mean, she should have at least discussed it. Um, but that could be her showing what her true colors are.
Yeah, I think this is an excellent indication whether or not you should continue with your relationship with her because as yeah, if you're going to get married, it is a partnership. You have to both be willing to help out. You can't have one be selfish.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
We're not talking here about, you know, buying a Blu-ray without talking to your partner. She spent $30,000 without talking to you.
Hmm.
Um, Anything bigger than that should be discussed.
Certainly.
Um, aside from that, we got any other comments?
Yes, there's a few here. The first one, that indicates major financial irresponsibility, which I wouldn't tolerate in a serious relationship. Financial incompatibility is one of the leading causes of breakups and divorce. Very
That's
true.
yeah, that's true.
And as you can see, your money is our money and her money is her money. Oh dear. She's selfish and makes poor decisions on spending money. This is your future if you stay with her.
You know what? That's true. I mean, as my wife said, when you're married, you gotta be a partner. What I make is my money and it's her money. What she makes is her money and my money. We always work as a team.
Hmm. My husband continuously does not show up for critical life moments. Does this mean things are over?
Well, it doesn't help your relationship, does it?
No. I'm a 33-year-old female and have been married to my 33-year-old husband for 10 years. We have two small children together. During this time, we've had lots of ups and downs. However, recently, I have been evaluating some of the more critical moments in our relationship, and I'm just not convinced the love is there. There are key moments in our life when I would expect him to be present, and he chose not to be. I will list a couple that are bothering me. Recently, I lost a baby and had to have it removed, which include being put under anesthesia. He chose not to be there for any of the procedure and just picked me up at the hospital at the end and dropped me off at home while he went back to work.
Wow. Big-hearted guy.
Yeah, you really feel the love there. Even though he knew I was terrified. I lost a second child
Oh my God.
where when I was at home, I was in immense pain and really, really scared. I begged him to come home, but he refused, leaving me alone to care for our 1-year-old. His dad has consistently been rude and misogynistic to me. My husband does not stand up for me and instead makes up excuses for his dad. I got COVID really bad. Again, he refused to care for me and left me to tend to our two young children. His excuses are that he doesn't always know how to act in high pressure situations. Well, who does really? I mean, unless you've been through it yourself. Anyway, I just felt so lost. I feel that I have given up so much of myself mentally to make the family he wanted a reality. And whenever I need support, I am alone. He has apologized after each of these incidences, but they continue to happen. I would love to hear a male perspective on this. Maybe I'm just not understanding his side of things.
You know what? His apology he keeps making you doesn't mean anything. I mean, an apology doesn't make a difference if it doesn't affect change. And it's not. I mean, the more you accept his apology, more often he's just going to do it. And as for that whole, oh, I don't know how to act in high stressful situations, suck it up, buttercup. Most people don't. I don't. I mean, I try to always have the right thing to say, but I sometimes come up short, which sounds funny for a guy whose whole job is just, talking. But even I sometimes do not know what to say. So in cases like that, what do I say? Nothing. Sometimes you don't need to. What you need to do is be there, hold her hand, give her a shoulder to cry on if she needs to. That is what you do. She needs a shoulder to cry on. She can cry on my shoulder all she wants, and I won't give a damn who's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I hate to say this, ma'am, but I think to answer your question, yeah, I think you'll probably be looking to end it. I understand you got kids, you got difficult things, but if you stay with this guy, um, it's gonna become a lot worse because then the kids are gonna get pulled into it. The kids aren't stupid; they know when mommy and daddy's fighting, right?
Yep.
So, I'm sorry. I wish I had better news. Um, let's see if any of these other comments can help.
He's horrible. I don't care if he doesn't know how to act. You still show up. Honestly, it's even worse that he doesn't help with his own children in hard situations. I would be done. No point in a marriage when you're already doing the hard stuff alone. I'm so sorry for your losses and the situation. Yes. And second, my boyfriend doesn't know how to act in high emotional situations, so he just sits next to me and holds my hand. If I need a drink, he will run to get it for me. OP's husband is an uncaring and horrible person.
I second that.
I'm a 29-year-old female, and my married brother in law, who's 40, is hitting on me. What do I do?
Well, for one, you stay away from your brother-in-law.
Yeah. My 33-year-old husband has a brother who used to live abroad but came back with his family about a year ago. I'm conventionally attractive and large chested, so I'm used to unwanted attention. I think it's important to mention that I do not wear revealing clothes or excessive makeup to accentuate my looks. However, I will dress up for events like weddings or birthday parties and wear swimsuits on the beach, just like everyone else. I think I have a right to that. Ever since our brother in law came back and started attending family events, he's been making me uncomfortable. He makes inappropriate comments regarding my looks, stares at me, stands too close, and is overall creepy. Whew, I'm glad he's not my brother in law. Recently, he started sending me funny pictures and videos on Messenger. I don't like it, but did not have a scene because on paper it does look like a normal thing for a brother-in-law to do. I raised my concerns to my husband anyway, and he told me his brother has always been an AH and that he talked to him. We see them at least once a month because brother-in-law lives with my in-laws, and lately I've been dreading the visits. The last time we saw them, brother-in-law crossed the line and tried to touch my behind. My husband saw it and confronted him, which resulted in a conflict and my husband pushing brother-in-law before father-in-law separated them and we went home. Not long after, mother-in-law came over. I currently stay at home with a toddler and a 10-month-old. She told me I make my sister-in-law uncomfortable. I make my sister-in-law uncomfortable
Really?
and asked what I thought I could do to remedy the damage that was done. I told her that it's not me, but the brother-in-law who's making everyone, including his wife, uncomfortable. She told me maybe brother-in-law is being a bit inappropriate.
A bit? Really?
Yeah, but their family had no problems before I came along, and now brother-in-law's marriage is suffering.
Correction. Your family had no problems until your brother-in-law came back from abroad.
That's right. Her sons turned against each other, and basically everything is going crap. She asked me what I was going to do again, and I said, I don't know what you want me to do, really. She told me to apologize to my sister-in-law, refrain from coming over until this stops, and encourage my husband to make up with the brother-in-law.
Huh?
Well, who is he that he's that much more important than you and your husband? Anyway, upon leaving, she also told me this conversation was between us women, and if I was to tell my husband about it, she'd know I'm really having fun wreaking havoc in their family. I don't know what to do. I'm not comfortable with lying to my husband. I'm also not comfortable with my children going over there without me. I have other reasons for that. I don't feel like I did anything wrong. Mother-in-law thinks I did wrong by swimming in the pool on a hot day, which I think I should be allowed to do. I also wore a one-piece swimsuit because I'm a bit insecure about my stretch marks after having 2 children, while my sister-in-law wore a way more revealing two-piece. I feel offended by my mother-in-law's claims and feel that she's being very unfair. But I also don't want my husband to lose his family or to deny my children a relationship with their grandparents. What do I do?
You know what, ma'am? Your mother-in-law is full of crap. Why? Because none of this is your fault. I mean, what? Are you just supposed to allow him to swat your butt whenever the mood hits him? I mean, all this is your brother-in-law's fault. And now, your mother-in-law's fault. What I think you should do, go talk to your husband. He sounds like he's a decent guy. And I gotta tell you, if anyone's at fault for him deciding to go no contact with his family, it's not you. It's them.
I fully agree. And I know you'd have my back if such a situation arose in our life.
Well, and ditto, because we did. We had similar where almost our entire family was against us being together. But in the end, she chose to stay by my side. I did not force her to. I did not encourage her to. She decided to do that on her own.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, not sure if we'll a whole lot of help to you, but we tried. Um, let's see if we got any other comments.
I can see your brother-in-law
Mm.
perving on OP's children in 15 years, and mother-in-law having the same talk with them. Well, a 15-year-old girl shouldn't be wearing that around her uncle if she doesn't want that kind of attention. Wow, really?
Yeah. Um, anyway, good luck to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that's where we're going to leave it for the day.
And if you like those stories, please feel free to click like and to subscribe.
Yep, it'll really help our channels out. And if you have any comments you want to tell us how we're doing, what you thought of the stories, or even suggest new or content you'd like to see. Be it more MINAH, Karens, whatever tons you're cranking, we'll try to oblige. But as always, our comment section is open.
Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you soon.
Till next time.
I never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes.